Welcome everyone to another awesome day of FileMaker LiveStream video training. I'm Richard Carlton, creator of FMTraining.tv, where we create great FileMaker training. We also have a really great team of people that work hard every day. In fact, I wanted to, you still hear Nick, you hear me, hopefully, of course. We are broadcasting in high definition to Twitch, to Discord, and to YouTube. And we're going to be going live to Nick Hunter here briefly. I did want to point out a couple of low-hanging items. First off is that the upcoming broadcast schedule is right here. This is, I can't really read it right here, but if you go to fmtraining.tv, you press the live tab right here, you can see the upcoming broadcast schedule. We've got Nick. That's the upcoming broadcast schedule. As a reminder to everyone, two important things. One, if you want to help support the channel, make sure you have a current subscription to our training, and our training bundles are here at fmtraining.tv. You can get a complete bundle or a video-only bundle as well. So, real quick, I got a notification today that Nick Hunter is kind of in between projects. So if one of you folks wants to engage Nick and get him busy so he stays busy doing project work, that would be really great. So once again, Nick will be here momentarily, but to continue day 5 of his broadcast, it's really good stuff. But I just wanted to alert everyone that if you want the ace hitter himself, he is available to help you on coaching or doing project work. So feel free to let Nick know. You can email us at support@RC Consulting, and then we will make sure to connect you to Nick. So if you want some one-on-one coaching online, or you want some help with development, or your user interface needs to be made better, you need web direct help with WebDirect, making performance run better, all those sorts of things. Those are the things that Nick is great at. And he's one of our speakers here. It's very rarely you get a speaker who has availability. He does have availability, so that's really great. So Nick Hunter is here, and he's available to help with a project, and he's got behind his golden microphone that we're not going to be very non-political about that, right? Where'd you go, Nick? Did I lose you? There you are. Okay, I'm going to make it full screen. All right. And now I can yell at you when you say stupid things. Right?
I never say stupid things. So
okay, all right. Then there we go.
So yeah, so welcome everybody. So again, I'm rewinding the tape. So thank you for being here. So today we have another great, exciting broadcast session. So all this week I was pretty much following the wind about what you guys were interested in, and every day it was a follow-up of the next day, it's a good combination, something that worked very well. So as I said, this design, UI UX design, so you know what it is now, user interface and user experience. So now you guys know what the difference between this. You understand that I can stay every day for the last 10 years, and we won't be finished in 10 years. So we need this will be a kind of a recurring theme that a recurring topic that I'm going to bring up. Maybe every month we're going to do 1, 2, 3 days of UI UX design, right? You guys very interested in on this. You were extremely engaged. Okay, so that's great. So today is Friday, so it's a day where I'm going to give up. I'm going to give the file to you. You know, the file that I was building all along this week. That's why I couldn't give you the file up front, because I built the file as we were going through, right? So during this week. So yesterday we had an interesting conversation about how we can intercept keystrokes, and how you can create new feature out of the building blocks that FileMaker is giving you, and how I introduced you to the double click, and I explained to you that if you remove the double click from your everyday computer usage, let's say you don't have the double click anymore on your mouse, you cannot double click anymore. You can take your laptop or your computer and trash it because it's unusable. So is for FileMaker. If you don't have the double click in the layout, in your layout construction, you are missing another dimension. Okay, so yesterday I explained that, and so today I'm going to follow up on this and show you that you can go extreme in the command, so on controlling the layout. So today we are going to learn how to control the layout. You have building the layout is something, using the layout is something else, and controlling the layout is also another topic. So all this week, and since even more now, we have kind of a new game here going up, and I'm asking people to come and buzz. So I need to buy a buzzer here. I need a buzzer, and you can buzz if you like the topic. So here I have 4 great topics for you. If you're interested in me doing a broadcast on those topics, please buzz. So I have in the pipe use of list function, the list function, you know, the usage on this. You were very interested in this, so this is already scheduled. So implementing the double click, I'm going to go in depth in the implementation of the double click, and I'm going to explain you how it works. So buzz if you're interested in this. Build advanced control, so it will be kind of an in-depth session, even more 2 or 3 days of controlling the layout. So it would be an in-depth session of what I'm going to demonstrate to you today. Okay, and of course everybody asked me for that. Learn to use custom menus, and I'm going to make it so great for you that you're going to love the custom menu, and you're going to be there all your life, like I am. I'm in the custom menu every freaking minute because I love it. So I want to show you how it works, and then when you get the point, you won't be because that's the same thing as a double click. If you remove the menu, let's say you remove the menu from your everyday usage of your computer, you can trash the computer, you know, or you go back to the 70s where you had all those command line on the bottom of the screen, you know, all those commands, you know, F1, F2, F3. I don't know for who was there in the 70s. You had the control F2 that was paste. It was a nightmare. So pretty much in FileMaker, what you do, you are replicating this because you don't have the menu. Apple in 1984, they fixed the problem with the menu, the scrolling menu, right? So they fixed that with the new UI that was introduced with the Macintosh in 1984. So since if you don't use the custom menu in FileMaker, you are pretty much bringing you back to the 70s before the Mac, where we didn't have the menu. So that makes no sense. Okay, so I'm going to teach you, and you're going to be thrilled about the custom menu. So if you like all those things, please buzz. It's at the moment. So so now I want to continue with what we were saying yesterday. So yesterday, you know, we were talking about, you know, let me bring you back where we were yesterday. We had this kind of test here where we were intercepting the code of the character the keys that you were striking. Okay, so you were striking a key, and then FileMaker was intercepting the key and returning the code. That is how you can intercept the tab, you can intercept the carriage return, and you can intercept the space, etc. So, and that was great because I demonstrated you many things out of this: the carriage return, the escape. You know, when you have a kind of a windows popping up like this. Okay, why is not popping? What happened? Yeah, my computer is very slow because when I have Slack running, I don't know why, 120% of my computer is used. So sorry for that. So so you know, when you had a window popping up like that, you have the escape key to dismiss the window. Like it's a standard paradigm in the computer. You know, when you have a window like print, you press escape, you get away. If you go to for example, manage database, for example, you know that if you stripe OK, you validate, right? If you stripe escape, you cancel. See, you cancel. Okay, and if you stripe return, you validate. So yesterday I showed you that you could replicate exactly the same behavior with the building blocks that FileMaker is giving to you, and then you can build your own feature. So that was yesterday. So yesterday the question was, can we intercept the control, the alt, the command, the shift key with FileMaker, and then do kind of a combination of a key plus a special key, right? So I'm talking about those keys here, let me show you the keyboard here. I'm talking about those keys, right? The control, the command, the option alt, option/alt, depending on where computer you're using, PC of Mac, and command, okay, and shifts and caps lock, because all of those FileMaker can read them, okay. So let me show you how it works, okay. So here I have a button. Don't worry, you will get the file today, okay. You will get that file today. When you, I built here for you a test button here that we call, and this button here pretty much is, if you hold the key like shift, you know, I'm holding. Let me show you my keyboard here in the same time. So I'm holding shift. See, I'm holding shift. Is red here. I'm holding shift. Okay. So if if I hold shift and I click this button here in the same time, here what happened? It shows me, okay, the modifier key you stroke is shift, and the code out of this is 1. FileMaker has this here, okay? So you have two functions. Get active modifier key, which is, modifier key is shift, control, alt, those are modifier key, okay? So you have get active modifier key or get trigger modifier key. Okay, so you have two. Trigger is when you have an on trigger, you know, on keystroke trigger. Okay, on keystroke trigger, you need to use this one. Now, if you just press it and you launch a script normally, it's get active. Okay, so I'm interested in get active modifier key. Okay, so, and let's say now it's 0 because I don't strike any key. So if I strike shift and I want to evaluate this function, here what happened? 1. Now I'm striking control, 4. Now I'm striking alt, 8. Now I'm striking command, 16. Now there's a catch here. There's a catch here. If you have caps lock, you know, the caps lock key hold, you know, this caps lock thingy, this one here, if this one is struck, right, FileMaker will evaluate that key as well. That's the number 2. So 2 is caps lock, okay? 2 is caps lock alone. If I remove caps lock, it's 0 back. So caps lock is 2, okay? So if caps lock is 2, now shift will become 3, because you have caps lock 2 plus the 1 of shift. So I don't want to go too far with this today. I want to make a full session out of this. Okay, how you can control those things and stuff like that. I just want to give you a kind of a preview, sneak peek of this. Okay, and you will see, and you can with the file that I'm going to give you today, you will be experimenting very well, because let's say I want to strike control alt command and you click here. I tell you, you are striking control alt command, and that is the number 28. If I strike control option, now is 12. Control alt is 12. If I do shift control option, for example, shift control option, that's 13. So I let you play with this, right? So with this button, you can play around and stuff like that. So now here's the catch. You want to combine the modifier key with another key, like A, B, C, whatever. So you say you want control A. This is control A. So I stroke the key. That was shift A. Sorry, control. Yeah. So something wrong here in this. Normally it should say A here, but I don't know why it doesn't work. Maybe because oh yeah, control doesn't like it, because control is a special key, and then you have another character. See, when you click control, you have all the things happening. So let's say I'm striking alt A, okay, alt and A, but alt A is this character on the Mac. So alt A. So I'm intercepting the alt A. This is what I get. So if you want to intercept the Alt and the letter A, this is what you get. You stroke the key A, and at the same time you have option. You have the option key stroke. Now, if you have caps lock down and you do exactly the same thing, you have another A now. You have the 198. You have the same A with the that is a Netherlands, kind of a Northern Europe character, and that's the capital one, because I have the shift. Remember, I have the shift. If I do the same without the shift, this is a small caps one. If I have the shift, but now everything changed, because it's no longer 8, it's 10. Why? Because it's 8 plus 2 of the caps lock. And then I'm telling you caps lock is active. I'm intercepting this. So I build kind of a seventh kind of a script here, calculation for you, that you can learn and see how it works. Okay. But once again, I'm going to come deeper on this later. So if you have any question here.
Yeah, this is where you normally would take questions, right? So,
yeah.
So we can wait for questions to come in. Also, as a side note, I mean, Nick has gone pretty deep on these modifier keys. When we built Starting Point as a comparison, we didn't want to go quite that deep with things. And so what we ended up doing is just checking to see if, like, for example, if you go like most of the navigational buttons in Starting Point, a lot of times people want to leave their window where they're at and then do something new and then close it and kind of go back to where they were, right? It's the idea of kind of preserving what they were doing and then like maybe handle a phone call or do something, come back. And a lot of times you see that in the world of, at least on the Mac, but probably on Windows too. If you hold on a certain modifier key, you'll get that. Well, we could never decide which modifier key we wanted to use for that. So what we ended up doing is we ended up just testing to see if it was greater than 0. So it didn't matter if it was a 5 or a 10 or a control or a shift or whatever. If you're in Starting Point and you hold down any of those keys and you say go to Contacts, it should leave the window you're on, pop a new window, move it down a little bit so they're not totally on top of each other. And then that allows you to spawn a new window, right? So you can get much more precise with it. We were a little bit lazy about it, but because we didn't really have the need to, it's a control, not a command. No, control, no, command, option, no, out. No. So how about you just press any of them that you feel like, and then it spawns a new window, right? So that was the easy way, right, Nick, or the less stressful way, as opposed to wrestling your way through the world, right? So let me see if I can find Nick. It looks like I briefly lost. I need to make Nick slightly. Let me see if I can make Nick slightly. There we go. So yeah, so I can look on screen, and then you're on screen, and we're all on screen together. So yes, so yeah, you understand that. So Nick, so the keys they're adding the numbers up? Is that what it does? It adds the values up together?
Yeah, so the keys, you have two things. You have the keystroke, which is one thing, and then you have the modifier key, which is another thing. That's why you get the code of the keystroke, and then you get the code of the modifier key. But let me, as I said, I know people want to know that, and especially when I'm going to do the demonstration right now, people will want that badly, and I understand. But the point was today is to explain, all the topic of this week was to explain that you need to bring to yourself what users are inclined to expect from a modern application. I want to go record to record like that, but I want to use the arrow up, arrow down. Okay. So arrow up, arrow down, arrow up, arrow down. Okay, so that is not native from FileMaker. It's not at all the native command. This is something I'm building myself with using the same technique. I know the code of arrow. Okay, so the code of the arrows here is easy. I press the arrow, and here is 29. This is the code for the arrow up, and the code for the arrow down is 31. Okay, so and arrow right is 30 and arrow left is 28. So I have the code of those arrows. So when I'm here, when I'm in list view, I can say, go up, go down. Now, if I add a modifier key, I want to add option. Alt. I want to click Alt and arrow up. So I tap Alt in my keyboard. See here. Let me show my keyboard here. Here, see, I'm striking this Alt key. Okay, and I strike arrow up. Look what happened. I'm going to the first record. Now, if I say Alt down key, I'm going to the last. First, last, first, last, first, last. Okay. If I don't strike the Alt key, it go one by one. Now, so we have a great navigation, last, first, last, first. So you can do whatever you want. If you want your arrow key to be every 25 records, it's easy to do. Go to 25, 25, 25. Go to record number 25 plus, 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 plus. You can invent whatever it fits your needs. So now I want to do something else. Let's say I'm here. I'm in this list here. I'm in this list, and I want to show Uriel Acosta. I want to show that record in a form view. Okay, so I'm navigate here. I'm here, and I press return, and I go to that record. So that also is not a native action that FileMaker, but it's something that is native everywhere in the computer and industry. Navigating the list with arrow up, arrow down, and you press a return to validate your choice and show it. This is the standard of the industry everywhere. So your users are inclined, they could request that because they say, okay, why is not doing this? Why do I need to go? Why do I need to go here and navigate like this with the mouse and then click and click and click and click? Why you need, or do this with next. Why, right? So this is very simple to intercept. So how does it works? Okay, just a sneak peek. I'm not going in depth, just a sneak peek here. So when you click, when you strike the arrow up, you have here plenty of stuff. So I say, okay, this is arrow up. Okay, code 29. Oh, okay, I found it. It's code 29 because you see the code that I struck. The code that I struck gets trigger active trigger keystroke. Oh yeah, but I can't because it's in the middle of this. But anyway, it recognized that the get trigger code is 29, and then it continues here and he say go to first record. Okay. Okay, and it continue. Oh, sorry. I was.
You're fine. You're still live. Everyone's staring at you.
No. It's because I was tracking the wrong key. So now he said no. It's not this one because I didn't strike the modifier key 10. I didn't. So he said go to previous record, and then he alt everything. So now I continue up. So continue up. You see, it doesn't go alt. Now I'm saying down. I'm pressing down, so it's no longer this one. You skip this one, and you go to the down arrow, and you say it's not this one, and it's this one. So now you will say, Nick, this is slow, this is not good, this is that. No, it's not slow. It's fast as hell, and I'm going to demonstrate that to you. Why it's not slow?
No, it's not slow.
No, it's not. It's not because I'm building. So you need to learn this kind of technique here. We call that optimization of code. I'm not using the else if. I'm doing ifs separated, and I'm halting everything when I'm done. So the first arrive, first serve. Okay. So let's say I keep, I strike the arrow key up, okay, arrow key up and down, arrow key down, and I keep the key down. It's not slow because I can even do the repetition without to be pum, 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 pum. If you don't code the right way, that's what you get, down, down, down. But now I'm doing that. It's like native. It's like natural. I don't feel anything. So now let's say I'm going to the form view here. Okay, I'm in the form view and I want to do the same thing here. But now visually in the list view, it was up and down to go to the next and previous record. It was it was making sense to be vertical.
Okay, we have questions here. We do have questions here. I have to interrupt you, Nick. Everyone else probably lets you. You've probably been running wild for weeks, but I'm here now to stop you. So, Mookie with a trademark behind his name, which I find very funny. It's like a Madonna trademark, right? So Mookie says, "Why do you choose halt script instead of exit script when you were doing remember your if statement, if when the
because exit, okay, this is a thing that in depth exits won't prevent the layout action to go to the next field, so or to enter a field. That can happen when you do something like that. You can go and you can lead yourself to a let me try it. It's hard to replicate. Exit script has a reason. Alt is killing everything. Exit script,
exit allows you to go back to whatever was calling it before.
Yeah, so if you have there's two reasons why I'm doing this. First of all, it's not a script that has been performed within a script, because if you do halt, you kill the parent scripts and the subscripts. Okay, you killed everything. You pretty much you do this. You force quit. Okay, that's what you do. Force quit. Force quit the scripts. Okay, exit. You say okay. You quit. You exit. Nicely. But here I want alt, because I'm pretty sure if I do that. So let me do somewhere where it makes sense. Arrow down. No, arrow up. I need the arrow. I need the arrow left. Okay, this. Let's remove those two things here, and let's be here. I'm pretty sure. I need to remove that also. This is for debugging purpose. So I'm pretty sure I go to the it's because normally when you do that, you don't what's the name? When you do that, it stops even the next this, it prevents to enter a record. It prevents to do this.
It prevents the entry. Really? Does it?
The tab order is halt also. It stopped it. It stopped it. Even if, for example, normally without the alt at the end of the script, it will be inside the field. But here with alt, you don't do that. It stopped even this. So it's cleaner to have the alt here. I can explain that in depth more.
No, that's fine. I was unaware that it would interrupt an entry. I have to. That's interesting, Nick. I did not know that one. So. And Mookie says, yes, it stops from tabbing to the next object. Yeah, it's one of those little subtle things that I think because I think about it on script triggers, right? On a pre-script trigger, like you type an A and you want the A to be in there, then you pass the result back whether you want it to be there or not. But this is that's interesting. So halts are interesting. You just have to be careful not to just, you got to use them. You don't want to. Willy-nilly is kind of a loose way of saying, you just don't want to throw them around. You need to have a reason for kind of what you're doing, right? Just keep in mind that you could have scripts that could die prematurely if you expected them to return back. So, yeah. So, Mookie's typing over here, says, yes, this stops from tabbing next object. So, use exit if you want the object's trigger the script trigger to run, halt if you want to kill it on the spot. Yeah, that's interesting.
I can add this in my topic, by the way. Let me add this in my list, add optional, because I need to build a case scenarios that works, and I need to do research. But I will. It's an interesting topic, by the way. It's never been addressed by anybody. So are we good for the question? Can we roll down? Can we do?
Yeah, I think you're fine.
Okay. So now we saw the up and down, because visually it's up and down. So I was using the arrow up, arrow down to do that. But now here it makes more sense to be arrow left, arrow right. So I press arrow right. You see, I'm going next record, and arrow left. If I show my keyboard here, that will be more visual for people. So arrow left, arrow right, see here. here.
Okay.
So now let's say I want to be alt arrow left. I go to the first record, right? And alt arrow right to the left to the last record. So now you will say, Nick, this will be a nightmare to manage, okay? Because now look at this. So I have arrow left, arrow right, doing this. But now see here, I have a polar here, right? I have a polar here, and I want to navigate through a polar. I want to navigate through the record in that polar with arrow up, arrow down. I want to do this.
Yeah, I like that. That's pretty cool.
Okay, so, and also, hold on, it's not done. I want to do this, carry return. I want to return, and I edit, and I go to the next one. Carry return, I edit, go to the next one. Carry return, I edit. And now I can click, see, not one, not two, not three. I can do carry return, you see, carry return. So you see the advantage of this is that you give keyboard control to your layout at a new level, but it's so easy. It's the same thing. It's exactly the same thing, just you need to put down the condition. The condition is arrow down, so arrow left, okay? So, no, it's not the right one. Yeah, it's this one. So arrow right, arrow left, arrow up, okay, arrow down. Go to the object name, polar node. So when I struck this, I'm going to the object. I'm going to that object here, okay? That's the name of this object. This object has a name. This is a polar that has a name. Oops. This is the polar that has a name. The name is portal nodes, okay? So the script does, okay, go to the object name, and if the trigger is this, then go to the last if I have the modifier key, or the next if I don't have the modifier key, and set the field doing this. So see, it's very subtle, because all of those else, all those ifs, else, all of those don't have much of incidents. They're not slow. The only one that is slow in this stuff is this one, because you set a field. But you set a global, which is, so that's why you can even, you can even do this. I keep, I strike the key down, and I keep striking. See, and even the repetition works here. See. The repetition works because it's not slow, it's not doing dang, 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 it's fast, So, so this is what you do. And now you can even have another kind of an extra layer of control. You have the tab that you navigate through tabs, through records, like fields, But now I said, I want to go to that object. See, I want to go to that object. So Alt tab, you see, I select the tab as you select an object. So you can even intercept the tab and say, okay, when the Alt is struck, you can go to different objects. Okay, so that will be part of a more in-depth kind of what's the name session that I'm going to lay down in the future, in the very close future, by the way. So now you say, okay, Nick, that's great, that's fantastic, but what the point? What the point? Why doing this? So imagine that you have a layout like that. Okay. So first of all, do we have questions? I see some question on there. I see some things that are happening on Discord, right?
Well, you can read through these real quick. I was just looking around. It's kind of quiet. I think I ran a bunch of people off when it malfunctioned initially, but no, it's good. Folks have questions. I mean, one of the things that comes up, I just want to point something out really basic. So Nick was going down this portal, down. Then he has the return key. And that was something that I had missed for about 27, 28 years. About a year and a half ago, I realized that if I clicked on an object and on the Finder on the Macintosh operating system, which is kind of what Windows basically copies, pressing the return key results in it saying, oh, you want to edit this right now, let's go in edit mode, right? I always would sit there and click on it and wait for it to turn, and it would take like 3 or 4 seconds, and it drove me insane to do that. And so it's all these little subtle keystroke things that you learn to do that you don't really know. And if you just get by doing it the old way, and you're happy with that, then you never really learn a faster way of doing it, which has probably been there since Steve Jobs built it the first time in 1990. And so yeah, it's a classic Mac OS keystroke. Yeah, except that I never knew it until about 2 years ago, right? So for those of you wondering, so Nick, go down, do a couple, then hit return key. So it goes down, down, Nick, down.
Oh
down,
yeah,
down,
hold on. Yeah.
down, you're down, down. Then I hit return, click, and then you go into edit mode. See, I was like, oh, okay, because I would normally just click there and wait, and then the Macintosh would wait, and then if you don't do anything for a second, it goes, oh, we think you want to edit, then it jumps into edit mode, right? So yeah, so I apologize, Mookie trademark, that I did not know that, but that's what happens. There's so many things in these damn computers, in the operating systems, and about the time you think mouse and the keyboard, then you got all these mobile devices, which all 3 swipes, with 1 foot in the air, and then 2 swipes left, 1 swipe right, and there's all sorts of little things that go in. So you got to watch out for that. So
yeah,
I got to be careful with. So anyway, yeah.
So as you can see here, I have a modify menu here, right? So it's a contact menu. It's no longer a record menu. And when you do, you can see even the buttons in the bar, in the toolbar, change. Is new contact, delete contact, sort contact. So when you do that, so you have this, and I added a new edit contact. So you can say Command I, and you edit the contacts, right? See, you edit the contact here, and you say okay, and you want to validate this, and you validate. Or you can dismiss with escape. So let me show you now. I have a mouse here. You see the mouse here? My mouse. I put the mouse here. See, on top of the Klingon. Okay. So I don't use the mouse. I don't use the mouse at all. I'm going to list view. Okay, and I go arrow up, arrow down, and I strike return. Okay, I go there. I navigate. Okay, no, that's not the one I want. I go back to the list view. I go to the, okay, why I cannot go to the search? Okay, the search box, I need to click here. I go to the search box and I say, okay, I want fair. So I want those people. Okay, so I'm searching. So I have 80,000 people, by the way.
Then I got a question here from NetIO Lobster. It looks like Net Lobster, but it's not Lobster, but it looks like Net Lobster. When you go to a port object by name, when you go to a portal object by name, does it lose which row you are on, maybe misplaced it at capturing it? Yeah, so you have to specify, you have to be on the correct row. That row has to be active, right? So NetIO Lobster, or whatever his name is, or her name, whatever. If there's any Carols here and all the women that are out there, do apologize. That doesn't have to be a guy, could be a woman. Losing your spot in the portal is something easy to do. You have to kind of keep track of being in that portal row.
Yeah. So yes, it's true. You have to keep track. It's absolutely not difficult at all to do that. I didn't want to make the script too complicated to do that.
Yeah.
You can keep the track of the. I can show that. You need to keep track where you are in the portal. It's very easy. Especially when with my technique here, when to get something active here, you are updating. What's the name? Here, you have a G selected notes. So you have an ID each time. So it's a global field. Each time you type something here, okay. So each time you click, you change the ID. So now, what you need to do here, I'm not going to do the thing here, but what you need to do is to, actually, I might have a guest position.
It is Net Lobster. It kind of look like Net Lobster. I'm not sure what the
I
hell.
have a guest position, so I have a custom function for that.
Okay.
So I want the list of not all, not. Why cannot not all? Okay. This, and I want the no, sorry. Is the other way around. I want to find which one is here, get select notes, right? And I want the position of this one in the list of node IDs. Okay.
You know that. Hey, Nick, can I just cause?
So
Nick,
for example, okay, hold on.
Yeah,
See, okay, for example, this position here, this one is in position number 5. So if I click this one, is position number 4. If I click on this one, is position number 7. So now that I can catch this, even if I go outside and I click outside and I lose the focus, I know that in my notes, I am in the position number 4 right now. So based on this, that's why it's super easy, because I build my own custom function that you guys will get with the file, by the way. The get position. It's a function. If I had a custom function, it's because I'm using that all the time, every day, every 5 minutes. So pretty much, it's very simple. You count how many. You don't need to know how it works.
Hey, Nick, I think the portal, like controlling the portal spot or where you're at, should be a session by itself.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think so.
So yeah, so we're going to bring this topic back in the future. It's its own. Really understanding portals, and kind of when you click out of them, you lose your spot. I think it's worth its own conversation. It really is.
You're right, and especially because you see, you can have a focus on the object. See here. So let's say I have another portal. Let's say no, it's too much.
Yeah. Don't. Let's save it. We're just gonna shelve it. We're gonna put it in a little pin. What was that? The movie. We're gonna put a pin on it and stick it on the wall. Write on a post-it note, stick it on the wall. We'll come back later.
I did it. It's on my notes. So if we don't have any other questions, so what I wanted to demonstrate here is that with the control and stuff, but here it's a little bit extreme. We have a lot of things and stuff like that. But if you have all those keyboard control and stuff like that, you help you help a lot the editing of the layout, right? Especially when everything we demonstrate so far is how you can build your own UI, and then when you get the UI, you get the experience, right? So it's very important. So the last thing I want to demonstrate, if we have another question, I don't think so. So I can continue here.
Yeah,
I want to show you something.
Yeah, please continue. I'm being scolded for letting the plane go off the runway, but it's not my fault. Net Lobster asked the question, so I'm trying to be responsive. So there we go.
So I want to show you something here. All of this, the gets, this code, get keystroke code and stuff like that. I want to show you how freaking powerful it is. Okay, and I'm going to blow your mind here, I'm sure, and because everybody I know working with FileMaker struggle with this. We all know. Let's say I have the postal code here, but the postal code, I want only to enter, I want only to enter digits. There's no reason to have letters in the postal code in the US. Okay. There's no reason to have letters into the postal code. We want only. So what you do? You go there, and you say FileMaker, okay, strict data entry numeric only. This here, okay. You see if you look my office here, this FileMaker here, this one, is FileMaker 1.0, FileMaker Pro 1.0 from Claris, okay? So if you use that 1.0 version of FileMaker, you will see that dialog here is exactly the same since then. It didn't change, and Rick, I know you can confirm that. So they didn't change anything from here since 30 years.
I shot a video on this validation. We call it old school validation as opposed to quote unquote new school validation, which is script triggers, right? So.
So, and here I'm going to show you that you can even eliminate the script trigger. That's the point.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, no. Sorry. You will use script trigger in a way that maybe you don't know, maybe you know, and if you know, that's great. But this is what. Okay. Instead of calling that the legacy or the old school, I'm calling that the out of the box things. Something you get for free. Like, oh yeah, you get a keychain for free when you buy your car, right? And pretty much 2 days later it's broken because it's a low quality made in China stuff, and you need to change the keychain, right? So it's pretty much the same thing here. Is you get something made in China out of the box for free, and you can use it. So pretty much what you have is something like that. You type everything but digit character, and then at the end you have this super, very understandable and easy to understand, easy to get a freaking dialogue that gets me epileptic each time I'm using it. Okay, what you write? What is right? Hello.
Old school.
Old school. Okay, old school. Okay, so you have this. Okay, this. Okay, each time I'm saying that, I'm getting epileptic, and I don't. I can't. It's not possible. And finally, you said no. You want digit only, and you end up having everything but digit. No. What about something else? What about something more modern? Okay, like you said. Okay, new school. Okay. What about I'm typing here. I'm typing here. See, I'm typing. See my keyboard here? I'm typing letters. Nothing happened. Nothing happened. Nothing happened. Nothing happened. Now I'm typing digits. Oh, it writes letters. Nothing. Digits. It writes nothing. Space. All the special characters. Everything. Nothing works but digits. Now you say, okay, Nick, that's great, but sometime in a postal code you have a dash. Okay, you guys want the dash? Absolutely no problem. The customer always
always right. They're always right. Except when they're not, but you can't tell them that, so you have to gracefully.
Okay. So I'm typing letters, nothing happened. I'm typing digit, happen. Now I'm typing plus, comma, dots, and I'm striking dash. I have my dash. Yay! So now, let's say, oh, I need to remove this crap because we don't need that anymore. This, you can just get away, just remove that. Okay. So now you have the dash. Say, okay, Nick, that's great. But you know what? That's super great. But now I want the date. Okay, no problem. You want the date? Let's set the date. Say, we'll remove this. And let's say now this is a date. And do I have a date somewhere here? I don't have a date. Okay, let's create a date. Okay, I'll create a date. It's a date field. Okay, I have a date now. That's good. And this is the date. And I want to have the label. Okay, so this is a date. But the dates, I don't want dashes. I want slashes. Okay, you know what? As I said, customer always right. So I'm going there. And I'm saying, okay, it's no longer this, right? But it's slashes. Okay, so I have slash now, and now I can enter my date. No letters, nothing. And let's say my birthday, for example, then you know when to send me a gift. 04 slash 26 slash 2020. So I'm 6 months old. No, it's 1971. Okay, so see, I have the slash working. Okay, so now making mistakes on the date is less. So now I have something else. I have emails. So this, I know this is critical. Emails. Where's the email? I don't have email. Okay, so let's put the emails. Okay, so let's put. I know I have emails here. Okay, emails. So let's put the date here. Let's put the email here. So the email say, okay, yeah, Nick, email, I need 2 special characters. Okay. Actually, you need more than 2. You need okay. So let's make sure we have all the character we want. We want the digits. We want the letters. Okay. So let's see. I think I didn't get the rights. I need to go to another solution and get the thing for the email. Hold on. So here I have an email, right? So an email, we want many characters. This is what we want on an email. You want the underscore, the dash, the dot, and the at. Or I think that all the characters you can accept on the email are, so if you want to add another character, say, okay, you know what, I want to add, or I don't know, or whatever, this, for example, you can, it's okay. You just add on the list here. You create a list, and then you say, I want this one, this one, this one, this one. So you allow, when you trigger the script that I created, I'm going to show you right now, you allow one character or many characters or none. Okay, so when you do this, here what happens. So you have an email here, and so you can type whatever you want. So let's say I want to remove that, and I want to type an email. So I want to type comma. I cannot type comma. I want slashes. I can't slashes, or whatever special character I can. So but I can letters. I can digits. I can put a dots. I can put a underscore, I can put a dash, I can put a at, right? And that's it. So you are limiting, of course, you can put 2 dots and 2 ats and stuff like that, which doesn't make any sense. But you are limiting the problems. Also, if you allow only, those characters, you avoid their
allow
the extra space. Sometimes you say Nick space doesn't work. It's not allowed there, a space, right? You cannot have a space in an email address, right? So this is what you can do when you intercept, and then you will see the full extent of the alt. The full extent of the alt. That's why I wanted to demonstrate that. Is because you see the full extent of the alt. So here, what I'm saying, okay, this is what I allow that the characters that I'm allowing here, you can have more character, you can add more character, but I'm allowing that extra character that I'm allowing in this. And I have this get numeric characters. It's a custom function that I build. So you'll get it also. So get numeric characters here. So this is what I created back in the days. It's kind of a keystroke special character. So you don't need to learn how this works. Okay, you don't need. You can just use it. So I'm not going to explain how this works, but I'm going to show you how you use it in the scripts. Okay, so pretty much you say, okay, you allow the characters here, and then you say, okay, you use my special, and you pass all the parameters that you want. Parameter 1, 2, 3. See, remember when I said you create a list of characters? This is where the list of characters is coming, and then you can say, okay, see, I'm saying here the comment here. If you open this in big, I say see menu file manage custom function, because this is a custom function. So I'm telling you where to go to see for that. Okay, so pretty much you say this is when you have a at inside the script parameter. So if in the script parameter you put at here as a allowed characters, I'm assuming this is an email. So in that case, my script has a different kind of function. And if not, then you do this, So it's because I can get alpha characters and get numeric characters. So I have both. So I can, so here in my custom function here, I have 2 custom functions. I have the get alpha and the get numeric. So the get numeric, get alpha here, I'm allowing all the alpha characters. So actually I'm using the ASCII table from A to Z, and on uppercase, A to Z on lowercase, and then 0 to 9. So I'm using the ASCII table range, right? So it's you don't need to understand how that works, but this is how you can do that, how you can allow numeric characters, and especially this is how you do to allow numeric character only. The get numerical only, I allow only from 47 to 58, which is 0 to 9, and at the same time, I'm allowing the character from 27 to 32, which is arrow left, up, right, and down. Okay. Why I'm doing this? Why I'm allowing this character? Okay. Because if you don't allow the arrows and stuff like that, you are breaking FileMaker behavior. This, for example, I need to remove this from the for my demonstration here. So you need to see when you are inside this, you want to allow the navigation up and down. See up and down and left and right with the arrow. The navigation within the text you are in, because if you don't allow that character, it's not happening. Okay, so that also can be a topic if you want, Rick. It's up to you.
I'm actually talking to people. I missed some questions that came up on YouTube. I want to address those. So, but I've posted a link to where the file will be in the next hour or so. So don't press the button. I mean, promptly I posted it, and then about 30 people pressed the button simultaneously to see if it would work. And so I said, this is the link. That way you get it now. So tonight or tomorrow, whenever you think, here's the link. This will be the link. Now it's up to 37 people. So I guess we're just seeing how high we can go. So McRae, J.A. McRae's in Saskatchewan, where the bears are eating people. Andre was talking about impression of the modifier key. Yeah, Andre, I do apologize. I wasn't watching. Thought you were on Discord. I was watching you for there. Andre, reminder, please send me the sample files you've created for me over the last 6 weeks. I want to include those on a broadcast. Candido says, can you recognize the inner carriage key and still preserve the making of a new line in a text field? Yeah, because you could totally do that.
I can demonstrate that. So yeah, I don't break the natural behavior of FileMaker. See here, FileMaker is showing you have the return and the enter. You remember the number 10, number 13. This is number 13. This is number 10. Anyway, so this is for the code. So if I remove those two and I'm getting here, you can do this. I don't break the natural behavior of FileMaker here at all. So yeah,
cool. Yeah, that's very doable. So I'm gonna, as soon as we hang up here on this phone call or this broadcast or whatever we're doing, I'm definitely gonna post that file. Now we have 83 people pressing the button and nothing is happening. So yes, I will post the file. It's 94, 95, 96. It's just exploding. I think you guys. Now I know it's a bunch of belligerent fourth graders trying to just set the place on fire. So yes.
Yeah, well, yeah. You handle the stick, Richard.
I gave them the stick, and they're running around and running wild. So, comments, questions, thoughts, ideas, sample files you have, please send us sample files to support.rcconsulting.com. Once again, feel free to check out our material. And if you want a senior developer, the great Nick Hunter, show your camera. Show your camera. Where's your camera at?
Here.
Where's your camera? If you would like to hire, I don't see there. If you see this guy right here, I'm going to draw him. There he is, right there. He's right there. Not a very big picture of him. If you want, okay, now I got to move it. There we go. So, so if you would like to hire him to work on a project with you or teach you one-on-one how to do stuff, Nick is available. So send us an email to support RC Consulting so we can make sure he stays busy. Because if he's not busy, he's unemployed. And what do people in Stockton, California do when they're unemployed? They pull out a gun and they hold up a 7-Eleven. So if you want to keep Nick out of jail and from holding up a 7-Eleven or an Arco gas station, and you don't want him to get in trouble with law enforcement, we need to get him a job right away. So that'd be great. Thanks, everyone. Woo! Will it work? There it goes.
the whole way. Calm, cool, collected, the quarterback. Great read, good patience. More importantly, great job up front protecting this quarterback to give you a chance. And that's all you can ask for.
Try to rally down 10. 9:25 to go here in the fourth. Short motion by Amendola from the left. Brady takes the shotgun snap, stands in, throws it left for Amendola, reaches up and snacks a high throw and lands inside the 10, rolling to the 9. Ball slightly behind him, but Danny makes the grab.